Hey, I see you.
Right. Thank you everyone for your patience with, we always say the best laid plans sometimes don't always go to plan. So thank you for your patience. Just to give a little bit of a backstory, is it Diana or Diana?
Dianna.
Diana was doing some energy work on me very gracefully before we went live, and I think we just frazzled the connection. So I think that's why it was just going haywire. So thank you for bearing with us. I hope
Or
you
I'm in Singapore. Like we're really long distance.
yeah, just a few miles apart. So, like I say, thank you for your patience. Hope we can get the viewers back that we had a moment ago. We're going to get going anyway. So, hello to everybody, and I'm delighted to be back because I've had a 4 week break. I needed to take a break. So, if you've been looking for a healing modality which is fast and effective, then you definitely want to stick around for a live demo a little later on. That's going to be a treat. We don't blow the signal out again. Today in the show, we have a particularly talented lady. She began a search for so called alternative healing modalities due to illness within her own family. This search led her to training in the YUEN Method, medical intuitive system, Taoist healing arts, the Sedona Method, coaching, and the list goes on. She's also been featured on mainstream TV channels and tabloid newspapers for her work as an energy healer and coach. If this wasn't enough, she's also a radio presenter, actress, model, and dancer. I want to give a warm welcome to Diana Lane, everybody. Diana, thank you so much for joining me. I'm really delighted to have you on the show.
Thank you, Danny. Thanks for having me. It's an honor and a privilege, and it's nice to connect with somebody in the UK. I'm actually half Welsh.
Half Welsh, really. I can tell by your accent.
I'm half Welsh.
That's not a bad impersonation, actually, to be honest. We do have a viewer online. Thank you for joining us and bearing with us through the technical issues. I want to ask you, Diana. You mentioned in your bio about searching for healing, alternative methods of healing due to illness within your family. What was the backstory surrounding that, please?
Well, the backstory is I have 2 science degrees, right? And I've never got a tarot reading. I never got an energy healing session until I opened myself up in 2013 because my family member was super sick, went on psychiatric drugs, was POW skinny. All right, all my life, he was reading like 3 books a day, newspapers. He's a bibliophile. He reads a lot. And in 2013, somewhere in September, he got really, really ill and went to the hospital and went on psychiatric drugs. And I'm all for like natural therapies, right? Like eating well, like simplicity. And I thought I was losing a battle because I was the only black sheep in the family. Was like, no, don't put him on psychiatric drugs. So anyway, he was put on it, and I could see the side effects of it. And I tell you, that was the time I thought, okay, it's obviously not working, but it seems to, it's like a Band-Aid, right? So if you're bleeding, it's just a temporary Band-Aid, but it doesn't go to the root cause. So I started learning Taoist meditation, chanting. So I was really open to anything that could possibly help. And then finally in 2015, I'm exposed to this method, which I now practice. It's called the YUEN Method after a Shaolin Kung Fu Grandmaster. So I got exposed to the method. And interestingly, at that time, I tell you, it was the most challenging period of my life because 2 family members were not well. And my work took a backseat, and I was like looking after them as much as I could. Like after my training work, I would be home to look after them. And so anyways, so when I was first exposed to the method in 2015 in February, and I was asking I said I have an issue with the limelight because I'm like petrified of the limelight. And then he did the little session, a bit like what I did for you. And then after that, he asked me how I was because I was petrified by the limelight. I was thinking of like, when your head is muddled with so many thoughts, right? And fears and emotions. And after that, I literally said, I can't think of it anymore. What I meant by that, I'm sure if I thought about it more, at the time, I thought if I thought about it more, I'm sure it will come back, right? But subsequently, I was really fascinated. So I went to do my research, right? I did my research. And this is the book they wrote, Dr. Yuan wrote, Delete on the Spot, Stress and Pain on the Spot. It's like, wow, what a huge promise. And I go on YouTube and I watch all the healing on YouTube and I try to pick it up intuitively because I'm going through a really challenging period. I don't exactly have a lot of money at that time. So I just got creative. And the thing is this, Danny, in about few months, like 4 months or so, my family member, the one who was reading constantly every day and didn't read for 2 years, okay? All of a sudden, he started reading again. All of a sudden. And he just went off psychiatric drugs and got better and better.
Brilliant. That was going to be my question. How did that story pan out in terms of your family? So it's great to hear that he did get better again. I'm just going to go to the comments before diving into the next question. I've got my friend Angela Richardson in the house. Hi, Angie. Angie, pleased to have you here. Delighted to have you here. We've got Sophie Lisa Smith. Hi, mate. Good to have you here as well. Keep the comments and questions coming as we go on. I had a current comment. Yeah, I don't know where to begin with all this. Because obviously there's a very intuitive aspect to this healing method because you were working on me before we went live, and that's what fried the connection. And you started off by saying you've got a lot of sort of nervousness in your left knee and need to delete that before we get going. And I was like, holy shit, yeah, I have, you're right. And you took it out in a heartbeat. And then you're going on about car crashes I've been in and pain in my neck and tension and goodness knows what. And you took it all out. So that was most impressive. But when did you realize you had this intuition about you, this sensitivity to be able to tune into somebody? Was it kind of something you had prior to the YUEN method, or did you develop it while you were going through it?
I think it's a great question. So in 2013, when they started learning from the Taoist master, I went on a retreat with him, and I discovered that I had the ability to feel with my hands, like I had a gift with massage, right? That's one of the things. And I think it's all a process in our journey. And I like the saying, every master was once a disaster.
I've never heard that one before, but that's good.
This method relies on insight, which is a combination of intuition, perception, and feeling. And so we just tune in to the body and see what is weak, and then we just clear it. I love the speed of it. So within one session, we can clear a lot. And so for all those who are tuning in, you can just share what issues you might have with regards to emotions, things you can't forget, things you'd like to let go of. Yeah, because the whole philosophy, I remember like this Buddhist master being asked an age-old question, like, how do we forgive? Because in our mind, we keep thinking of that garbage, right? And it's a challenge. And so with this method, we can let it go more completely.
Yeah, sorry, I'm distracting you with the comments. Angela Richardson saying she's looking forward to the YUEN method. She's been interested in it for ages. And Isabel is jumped back on again, she's saying hello again. So good you joined us. And Sue Ratley as well. Hi, Sue. Saying good morning, and good morning to you as well.
All the ladies in the house.
Yeah. So as I say, do stay tuned. Diana's going to do a demonstration, but we'll do it near the end because I don't want to do it just now in case we blow the circuits, because it's insane when it gets going, let me tell you. Delene. Hi, Delene. So happy you joined us. You're saying hi there. Hope you're feeling okay, mate. You might want to stick around for this one as well. Right, so what else? You also mentioned doing the medical intuition practice. Does that help the work you do now? Did you ever use that? You kind of blend modalities?
Honest to goodness, I thought YUEN method was so simple. So we start off using charts, right? To check what would be the possible weakness in the person. So I have a whole bunch of charts. And after a while, you get so fast. Like, it's just like anyone can learn this method, but it's like anyone can learn karate, right? But how good you get, it depends on practice. And so for me, I've been practicing over 3 years with a whole bunch of clients. Right now, I don't use any charts. I joined that system just to learn more about energy healing, energy medicine that is out there. But ultimately, I rely on YUEN method and a bit of Sedona method, releasing. I love it.
Yeah, the Sedona method is awesome. It's something I use with group work and client work. It's extremely effective. Yeah, so we've got more viewers now. We've got 7 viewers and counting. We've got Nancy saying good morning, and yep, good morning to you, Nancy. So wonderful to have you join us. You sent me a video prior to this this broadcast to give us an idea of the YUEN method, and I saw the founder. He was on a a live webinar. I think there was 1,000 people on, and people were phoning in. And the first caller said they were struggling about procrastination, and they would set aside an hour to do a task, or sorry, they would sort of want to do like relax for an hour, watch TV, but they'd end up watching TV for 6 hours, not getting the original task done. Yep. So the founder said, right, so how do you feel about that? She says, I feel disappointed, frustrated, and all the rest of it. She says, right, okay. He said, right, so how do you feel about it now? She went, how do you feel about what? He says, how do you feel about it? She says, you're right, I can't even think about it now. He says, right, can I help you with anything else? She went, no, next caller, please. And it was like, holy shit. Yeah.
You've described exactly how he does it, and the speed at which he does it is so incredible. And there's no back end story. I don't get much information from you. I ask a quick question, I get a quick answer, and then I clear it, right? And the funny thing is, I watched countless of hours at the beginning in 2015, and I'm like, come on, there can't be that many actors calling in for healing sessions. I'm like, come on, it has to be real at some point. And for me, with my science background, I was super skeptical, but the results are phenomenal. Like, it's quantum leap, after leap of improvements every day now.
Yeah. Isabel saying she loves the two of us laughing. It is such joy and light, happiness, laughter. Thank you, Isabel.
Laughter is the best medicine.
Always, always. We've got Elizabeth Van Leeuwen in the house. She's saying hello. Good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us. Right, I'm really excited. I'm genuinely excited. I'm kind of all over the place, scattered, but in a good way. You said that you were nervous about putting yourself out in the limelight at one point, and then obviously you've you've been featured on television, newspapers. You host your own radio show. How did you get into the TV side of things, and when did that come about?
Well, so in 2015, remember my very first issue that I addressed was I'm afraid of the limelight, right? Remember that one? And then my family member started recovering miraculously in a few months. And bottom line is that we're all connected, right? And as we improve ourselves, everyone around us is improving. As we work on ourselves, our families are improving. And I wholeheartedly believe in this. Gandhi says you got to be the change you see in the world. So for me, with regards to the limelight, three incidents happened in 2015, and it catapulted me to be more out there, to stand up more, and stop hiding anymore. Three incidents. One was YUEN Method. Two was a friend passed on, and when he passed on suddenly, I went onto Facebook to look at when was the first time we met. This guy we met at Tony Robbins, and he was living out life out loud. You know, he would have his camera. Back then, it was digital camera in 2009, I think, and then he would film himself at Tony Robbins, and I would hide from the camera. And I saw a little bit of footage of the two of us there, and then I realized, like, oh my gosh, enough hiding. You know, when he passed on, his legacy still lives on. He put so many videos, talks, songs of him on Facebook, and I decided, okay, you know, we want to change the world, we want to lift the world, we just need to go out there, be ourselves, and spread goodness and positivity. So I'm like, okay, stop hiding. And I remember at his eulogy, I made a point, like, you know what, Dianna, stop hiding, just go and give that speech to remember his name. Yeah, and I did it, and then subsequently I joined the pageant, which is ridiculous. It was televised on cable networks. And then after that, I did Facebook Live videos. I remember my first Facebook Live video was like 3 minutes. And a radio DJ, a very famous radio DJ from Singapore saw, and he looked at me for about maybe 2 years, and he just saw that I really was full of positivity and light. And 2 years after, he asked me to be on his radio show. And so I went on as the happy guru.
Happy guru indeed. Yeah, that's all fascinating. If anybody watching has got any questions for Dianna, please feel free to pop them in the chat box, and I will absolutely bring it in. Juliet Owens has joined, and she's saying hello both. It's always lovely to see you as well, Juliet. Thank you for joining us. Right, so what sort of things, what sort of issues does the YUEN Method work with? Is it all physical? Is it all emotional? I know the two are intrinsically linked, but what sort of things have you had success with clients?
Great question. So as intuitive transformation coach, I would just say what I do. I help professionals with emotional issues, help clear the emotional issues so they feel more ease, more happiness, more joy. As a result, if they come to me with the emotional issues, I would ask them, do they have this physical pain, that physical ache? And then I would clear it consequently, right? Because it's all linked. And we tune in on 5 dimensions. Physical dimension is your physical body. Your physical environment, I can help to tune in into that as well, because sometimes our environment really affects us, right? So I'll help clear that. And the mind. In YUEN Method, it's really important to be mindless, or have our mind out of the way. And I also tune in on emotional basis, psychic, psychological, and spiritual. Sorry, 6. So there's 6 different dimensions to clear. And what have I done? The whole gamut, really. Physical issues like, but primarily emotional issues, right? But I've cleared my own bloating issue that affected me for about 5 years. I got so fed up. I sat down and I finally cleared it because it was on and off for about 3 to 5 years. You know how it is, right? You avoid spicy food, you avoid orange juice, you stop eating that much, blah, blah, blah. It comes on and off, and it bugs the hell out of you. I tried probiotics and enzymes, and finally the method worked.
Yeah. Before we came on, you were doing work on the stiffness on my neck and shoulders, and it's something I've had for years and years, but it's been getting worse in recent weeks, and now it just feels so relaxed and free. So, we've got a question before I bring it up. We've got Lynn Whitman. She's saying, hi, I've rejoined you now. Sorry about the first mishap. Dianna blew the circuits out when she was doing some energy healing on me before we got going. So blame her. I'm only teasing. Right, Isabel, my biz partner, is saying, I'm curious about your background story, where you grew up, and how you came to be working with energy. If this was talked about already, sorry, she didn't catch it. But no, you haven't brought that up. So thanks for the question, Isabel.
Hi, darling. I've grown up in Singapore. I had 2 science degrees, and I was super skeptical, but I became really open because my family member was super sick. And that's when I'm like, I'm open to anything that could possibly work, because conventional medicine was not working. And so I tried many different techniques. And then finally in 2015, I tried YUEN Method. And in months, my dad got better and I got better. And it was really huge quantum leaps, like me getting onto TV, radio, on a pageant, and doing this work.
So I'm just curious now, do you meditate? Is that something you do often? Do you have a meditation practice?
In 2013, that's when I started, right? Like the whole goal to have this state of mindlessness where, you feel blank or bliss. I did all of that. But after YUEN Method, I feel like, wow, it's so easy to go blank. And there's 2 things to take away, if anything. Number 1, don't talk so much about your issue. Keep it really simple, because the more you talk about this is like non-touch. It can be done in a distance. It can be done via text. It can be done by Zoom. It's so brilliant, okay? And I think the best part is that you keep your privacy. You don't delve in. You don't relive the emotions of something traumatic. I just asked you really simply, right? What were the 2 emotions? And okay, let's clear it, right? And then I will check if there's anything else to clear, and then it's gone. So I love it. And it's fast. Yeah, so 2 things, like don't think so much and don't talk so much. With meditate, not really. I try my very best on when I'm traveling on a train. I'll go into airplane mode, and then I would quiet my mind, and I'll strengthen myself to wherever I'm going or to whoever I'm meeting. That's what I do.
Nice one. Thanks. Isabel's saying she's curious now about your scientific background, which you touched on a couple of times. What sort of things did you study, or what's your background regarding that?
Okay, I'm just gonna get some textbooks. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, I studied human physiology.
That's very appropriate to the work you're doing now, obviously. Yeah.
I think so. Definitely, because when I had my bloating issue, I just got on to the web and I looked at the medical research, and I just checked on all the things, and then I would just see what's weak and I quickly strengthen. And so it is real helpful.
Yeah. It's funny, one of the questions I wrote in the advert was, do you need to have superpowers to step up to doing television work and radio work and be in newspapers and things like that? And I guess the YUEN method is an element of superpowers, isn't it? If someone just deletes the underlying, the old belief or paradigm, it can be as quick as that, can't it?
Well, you've experienced it. How was your session?
Yeah, it was quick. You picked up on things I didn't really know were there at the time as well.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about having another person to identify the blind spots, because the YUEN method is just finding the weakness, right? And so once, like, the truth will set you free, the solution will make you feel better. So yeah, superhero powers. It's so funny because the coaches and I feel that way, like real life superheroes. Barefoot Doctor is one, you are one. So it's like, I feel like we're a tag team, and we exchange sessions quite often, and we get stronger and stronger every day. Like, tag team, your turn.
So do you teach the YUEN method as well?
You have to be a mastery teacher to actually teach it. So I learned from the master himself, and then I learned from 2 other mastery teachers as well.
Right. I've got Lynn, she's asking, do you consider it to be like an energy healing modality?
Well, the founder doesn't consider it to be energy healing because healing gives you this idea that it takes time. And then there's this common thing out there of healing crisis. But in YUEN method, there's no healing crisis whatsoever. And they don't call it healing because it's the science of immediate results. It's like instant. And you have doctors even going to Dr. Yuan, celebrities like Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Robert De Niro, Paula Abdul. They've all gone to him for sessions.
I can see why. I can definitely see why, yes. Yeah. So I just want to bring in the fact that you're also an actress, a dancer. I've seen you upload dancing videos, and you wouldn't look out of place on an MTV video. And if someone's doing an R&B song and you're one that dances in the background, you absolutely wouldn't look out of place. So I wonder how you got time to do all this. You just do so much going on. Well, how do you find the time?
That's a really funny question. Okay, the funny thing is the backstory behind that is when I made my first videos in 2015 and 2015, I wanted to lift the world, right? There's this big goal to lift the world. And I did more serious, more funny talk series at the start. And then after that, I decided, let's do a funny one. How to dance in a club. Because I'm from Asia. I'm born and bred in Singapore. And people here are very conservative and stiff. And so when I run training and I ask them to dance, they would just go side to side. Like, they're really stiff. So I decided, come on. I have like many years of dance background. Let's do a really simple video of how to dance in a club. So we did this really simple one, really simple move. And that got a lot of attention. And personally, yes, I enjoy clubbing, but that takes a lot of time. And so after work, I would join my girlfriends and we put on nice music and we just do the little dance videos. That got quite a fair bit of attention. So how do we get the time? We really squeeze in the time and we're really very effective, very productive. We come up with basic moves and then we just do it and have lots of fun. Great exercise, lots of laughs trying to get the moves right. Fantastic exercise all around. Clubbing at home.
Cool. I'm sure everyone is curious and can't wait to get a demonstration of this YUEN method. You can obviously work with someone in the chat box as well. Is that right?
Yep.
So
can we bring someone in live?
Not the way I have it set up. No, you can do it with this program, but we'd have to go out and start over again.
No worries. There'll be something for the next session, maybe a Zoom with different people.
I like the way you think. Yeah, it's funny. I've already been thinking along these lines. We need to get you back on again. So if there's 6 viewers online, if anybody this broadcast has an issue they want to work on, whether it's emotional, physical, something that can't get past the feeling stuck, then now is your time to have Dianna Lane, YUEN Method practitioner, to facilitate some instant shifts. So speak now or forever hold your peace. I've already been a lucky recipient, so I'm going to step aside and give somebody else a chance. I'll give this a bit of time to catch up because there's a bit of a broadcasting delay between what we are seeing.
No worries. So we're waiting for people to ask their questions or issues. So what I do is I call myself an intuitive transformation coach, right? Because in YUEN Method, we clear the thing. But most importantly is that we take action towards our goals. So that's when I come in as a coach to give them some tips or strategies so that they can move forward or, you know, think better. I do still think like the way you think affects the way you feel. And then we're talking about action towards that goal. And then the next session is like I find out what progress they've made. Okay, procrastination. Sue Radley says procrastination.
Okay.
And then,
okay, we'll do Angela's next because Angela was first, but we'll do Sue's procrastination first. Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna work on Angie first and foremost because it feels kind of.
First. So Angela Richardson, chronic tendonitis that's making work hard. She makes. Do you need any more information? Because I know Angela personally. Do you need any more?
Yeah, like where is the tendonitis?
Because she makes handmade jewelry for her living, so she obviously uses her hands a lot.
Right. Okay. Oh, it's so good to actually talk to her. But okay, I'm gonna work on Angie for now. First and foremost, I have a lot of anxiety, and I see that. So whoever's tuning in live, I would love for you to check in. Thank you, I saw it. I would love for you to check into how you feel right now. And so, even though I'm working on 1%, the rest will have the same issues. Those weaknesses will be cleared. So as I'm strengthening 1%, it's like group synergistic effect. So I hear you, Angie. It's in your thumb. And by the way, just to not scare everybody, I'm a burpometer. So as I clear, I kind of burp. Sometimes like look like I'm vomiting, but I'm perfectly fine, and it feels really good to clear.
Okay. Fertile retching cough. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna make sure everybody's physical intelligence is strengthened first and foremost, because once our physical intelligence is strong, we can rapidly rejuvenate and recover from anything and everything. What we want is the mind to be out of the way, so we're gonna send the mind all the random thoughts. And there's a lot of anxiety in the group as I'm tuning in. So I'm just going to strengthen the entire group that's with us right now and clear the anxiety. A lot of anxiety in the chest. I'm going to strengthen the heart. And there's a lot of emotions in your thumb, your tendon. So strengthen all the tendons in your body and delete the pain in the tendons. And delete the inflammation. So we need to delete the inflammation first so that it can start to heal. So from everybody tuning in, I'm going to delete all the emotions from the entire physical structure down to quantum particles and strengthen everyone's exit portal so all these energies can clear. Okay, so Angie, I'm tuning in. So like now working hard is weak to you. So it just triggers a sense of tiredness in you. So we're just gonna strengthen your work that is joyful and delete any torture that you may be feeling. Any tiredness, gonna just clear that from you. And so a good thing is to, so you've got that first thing is like not talk so much, not think so much. And the third one is to do tensing. So it's really good to tense. So Danny, join me here, tense. Like bring your shoulders up to your ears and really tense. Okay. So what's tensing is making everything go really small and then expand. So I know they keep on talking about relaxation, but the heart needs to pump. Everybody in your cell needs to be tensing and physically active. Yeah. Okay. So I think Angie, tell us how you feel about your work. I feel Angie feels lighter now. So do check in if you feel any improvement, and the improvements will continue, beyond. So I'm gonna go on to Sue's procrastination. Sue, if you're there, what are you procrastinating about? Is it work and exercise? What is it?
That's not wine you're drinking.
Me? Green tea.
Green tea. I'll let you off. And so we're just waiting to see what Sue is procrastinating about. That's if you don't mind sharing live on Facebook. I keep forgetting we're live, to be honest. It's like having a chat on just like an offline chat. So it's so relaxed, which is good.
Yeah. So if she comments or not, I'm just going to work on it because I can feel that it's causing her issue.
Supporting my passion business is what she's procrastinating about.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you questions, Sue. Like, what are you doing right now that's preventing you from starting your passion business? Okay. So the passion business itself is weak. If you have your, no worries, I'm used to it. So your work, whatever work you're doing, whether it's stay-at-home work or actually have a job right now, I'm going to strengthen you to that first and foremost, because I don't know, there's a general anxiety in you. Just going to delete your general concerns, your worries and anxieties. So just deleting everybody's anxieties and worries and concerns. And I'm going to strengthen everyone's eyesight. A lot of everyone's eyes are really tired. So strengthen all the eyes to reset, refresh. I saw somebody said computer. Yeah, so strengthen everyone to your computer so that your energy levels is still maintained. Delete drainage. Strengthen all your exit portals. Strengthen your ability to take in universal energy. Okay. Sue, can you check on, Sue says everything pretty much unless there's a deadline. Okay, and you're very weak to deadline. So like you're avoiding it as well. What are you avoiding? Like you're very scared of something. So generally, everyone will have this fear of like if they succeed or fear of failure. So these are general fears, right? But when I'm tuning into you, Sue, it's more of fear of losing time and money. So I'm going to delete your fear of losing time and money. So you're stronger to whatever deadline that is. I mean, the term itself, deadline, sounds kind of horrible because when you reach the deadline, you feel more alive, accomplished. Yes. Okay, so it's not about fear to succeed. What I'm tuning into is mainly just fear you have, like afraid. It's a lot of fear. So without going into detail what fears there are, just gonna clear everyone's general fears so that you can just go forward strongly. That's the whole point of it, and be calm and neutral. So just keep going forward. Sue, just think of your passion business and let us know how you feel just on your passion business. Is it the same kind of fear and a procrastination? Do you feel like taking action right now? Let us know. Because I feel that you're more excited to do it now. You let us know. I can't hear you anymore.
Something was shifting there. I was starting to cough.
Very good. So we're all shifting. So that's what I love, group energy work. Okay, Nancy, free floating anxiety resulting in shortness of breath. Wears me out. Okay, Nancy, the main thing for you is breathing. Okay, so strengthen your brain. Everyone who's listening, strengthen everyone's brain. We can always use brain strengthening. Strengthen everyone's central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. And what I'm getting is that you are holding your breath quite a bit. So I'm going to delete the fear and delete holding breath. Strengthen you to be breathing deeply. So for breathing, we strengthen deep breathing, shallow breathing, and no breathing. So we have no weaknesses to either one. Okay, so I'm getting, Nancy, I'm going to strengthen your eyes a little bit. I'm getting tension in the eye socket and temple. So delete all the excess tension in the muscles around the eyes, in the face, and around the eyebrows and the temples, and then finally your anxiety. It's very, I mean, yeah, so there's a fear in you, like something's gonna happen, like some fear that something bad is gonna happen. So we tune in to see where it's coming from. Sometimes it's from our ancestors, sometimes our descendants from a different time, space, or dimension, or in this life, past lives, whatever, right? So wherever it's coming from, we delete all sources, reasons, and causes for your fear that something bad will happen. I mean, I'm feeling it right now, so let's clear it. And something related to men. So delete any trust issues that you might have with men. Okay, so we'd love to hear from you, Nancy, how you feel about how you feel right now.
Well, we're waiting for Nancy. Sue from before saying she's more excited to do it now. And
Yay!
And my heart feels full. I think that's a slam dunk
Woo!
result. Yeah. And you've obviously just been working on Nancy, who we're waiting to hear back from.
And Angie?
Angie said she works long hours, but I love it.
Yeah, but how's your tendinitis thingy and your...
Sue was procrastination. Angie was the tendinitis in the thumb. Yes.
And also she said she was working hard, which makes work hard. So does she Yay! Okay, so Angie, I get the bit, so the thumb you said, right? Okay. I know as weird as it sounds, and it sounded really weird to me when I first heard it, is that sometimes there's a referred weakness. So even though this is painful, there's a referred weakness in some part of the body which is not related to here. So I'm tuning in, and then maybe it's a group thing, whatever. So I'm going to strengthen your knees, especially the left knee. So generally, everyone fearing moving forward in work situation. So whoever's feeling this fear of moving forward in the work situation, okay, I'm going to clear that fear of criticism in a work situation. Work is better, but now business is not better. Business is very shaky. So whoever's feeling that business is really shaky, let's just strengthen everyone's business fitness. Yeah, so it feels a bit sticky. I don't know how to describe it, but okay, achy. So delete the aches, the soreness, the patella, strengthen the patella, which is the knee bone. So the synovial fluid and all the cartilage, the tendons, strengthen to refresh and reset, and anything that is not there, not meant to be there, or something that's been implanted, strengthen your whole body to accept the implants as if it's one of its own. Delete any kind of rejection, la-di-da. So when it comes to business, I was just clearing for some of, so I'm just feeling business, strengthen everyone's backbone, spine, and strengthen everyone's throat chakra. So anything that's been stuck. What does shadow and left patella mean? What's a shadow?
Don't know, Angela. What's a shadow? What's a patella? I've heard of a pie you eat, but no.
Patella is the knee bone, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so it's in the whole group. So whoever there's a lot of people with left knee issues, and so according to Louise Hay, it's a lot of time related to fear in work. So I'm just tuning into the whole group, and work feels fine. Work feels much better, but business doesn't feel fine at all. So let me strengthen everyone's attraction to clients, to the right clients, to the strongest clients that is meant for you, strong clients to you, new clients. Okay, I'm strengthening everyone's regular customers, their older clients, strengthen and delete. Okay, and then strengthen everyone to create the system that is really simple, easy to use, something systematic. Strengthen everyone's payment gateways, getting paid. There is something about fear in the group about spending on things related to business. So strengthen everyone to spend on the things that is right for the business, and delete the fear about making that kind of purchase. I'm gonna delete that. So the left knee it's also related to business. So this thing is about uncovering whatever weaknesses that is affecting the issue. And for me, when I've done physical issues, like for myself, it kept reducing over time. So sometimes there is a lot of weaknesses, and sometimes just a few weaknesses, and then that just one session is enough. Sometimes we need more. Just saying. Oh, okay. Nancy, it's good to hear that breathing is easier. Fantastic, because that was the main weakness. The construction project is really, I don't know, I'm getting that it's really annoying you. Yeah. So maybe it's not, okay, so I think the construction project is really annoying you and it's really slow. So I'm going to delete the sluggishness in all the workers, delete the procrastination, paperwork, machine work, strengthen all the workers to get it done really quickly. Strengthen the speed, the fitness to get the work done. Delete the delays. Delete dragging the feet around. So strengthen them to get it done. And strengthen you to not be affected by the construction work anymore.
We've got a nice, lovely comment from Sue as well.
Welcome.
I want to say I'm really surprised in a good way. I didn't know what to expect from today's session, to be honest, but I've been extremely pleasantly surprised, and it's been a completely different session to what we normally do. Breath of fresh air. Don't get us wrong, I love all the guests I've had on. I'm not trying to say it otherwise, but this has just been so different. I've loved it.
Eye-opening, mind-blowing.
I love the fact that you've already said you'd love to do something else again. I'd love to be a part of that as well. So we'll have to figure something out. So I'm going to actually book in with you, to be honest. I want a private session with you, but we'll talk about that later. I want to thank everyone for joining us. I want to, you've been awesome. All the comments and questions, and obviously putting yourself out there for Dianna to tune in and to shift some energy quickly, very fast. You've seen how quickly she's done it. If anybody wants to contact Dianna, how best is it to do so?
Well, you can go onto my Facebook page, fb.com/Dianna, DIANNALANE coach, and you could message me there, or you can message me on my own Facebook, and we'll have a discovery call.
Right, give us your website again. It's www.sp, is it?
No, darling, FB, Facebook.
Or FB, yeah.
.com
.com // yep.
Dianna.
Mm-hmm.
LANE.
Yep.
Coach, COACH. Did it come out?
There we go.
There we go.
So, I mean, Dianna will be on the adverts. She's on Facebook. You've seen how friendly and open she is. And I'm going to go to the comments before we end. Let's hide that. Got Sue. She's saying, how can we learn this method? We've got Juliet Owen saying, thank you. We've got Nancy saying, you hit the issues right on the head. Oops. Angela Richardson saying, we need her back. Agreed. Isabel saying, you're a radiant son of joy, Dianna. Lovely to see you live. Agreed. Thank you so much. And then Angela Richardson saying, I want a session. Amazing. So, do you have any final thoughts? Anything you want to say before we go?
Thank you so much for tuning in. I just love the whole group. So loving. And it's really about the synergistic effect of the group. So as I was tuning in and strengthening somebody, it was so many other people had the same issues. And I'm really glad I worked on the knee for me, I can tune in. So my gift is like, I can tune in just to know what is it that we need to work on. And I know it's done because I don't feel it anymore. And I need to do it fast. It's all about the speed. It's efficacy. yeah, so let me know and I'll be happy to come back on. It's so fun. It's all about improving on the spot and making quantum leaps. And you watch, like Sue, watch, like your procrastination is gone. I'm looking forward to hear you start your business, and everyone's stronger to business as well. So just make that improvements, and then we'll meet again.
It's been a joy and a pleasure. Thank you so much. We'll speak behind the scenes and we'll figure something out moving forward. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Bye for now.
Thanks and cheers, everyone.
Share this out. Please share it out. Share the love.